Hello, it's Jen from Burnout to Breakthrough. I hope you're all okay. Excuse the striped top today. I know it's breaking a video rule, but you know, rules are there to be broken sometimes, aren't they? And today we are joined by my lovely assistant, as always. Hannah, say hello. There you go. Again, not too sure where the other one is, playing games outside. Yeah, so every week I like to go online and just share with you the tips and tricks and the techniques that I have learned along my journey in order to live a stress-free life. Now, there's a lot of people out there that are struggling with a lot of stress, even sometimes without realising, and I've been there before and I completely feel and understand what that person might be going through, because stress, when it interferes in your life, can spill over to, you know, your productivity at work, your relationships at work, your relationships at home, and you know, it can really have a bad knock-on effect as well with your health. And it breaks me because I've been there before and it's not nice, and I want to be there as a prevention. I want to be there for you to learn from what I've been through, so you don't actually, you know, make the same mistakes I did. Because if you just continue to lead a very busy, very stressful life, it can lead to all sorts of nasties. And I'll go through more things as the video progresses. But yeah, so every Monday, a 30-minute booster session, and it's a bit of a snippet as to what I actually offer. So I offer a 30-minute booster consultation, and we basically go through where you are in your life right now and what is actually stressing you out. We go through the Are You Stressed assessment, and it's from there we work out where you are with your stress levels. So this is a little bit of a snippet, and I'm very excited as well to be launching on the 1st of July, so we've got a couple of weeks left, a From Burnout to Breakthrough challenge. So every month, if you wanted to, there's a link attached to the group on this post. You can jump in, and the 1st of July, or 1st of any month, will be seen as the 1st of January. So it's a time every single month on the 1st to reboot and just start again and just learn the techniques and tools that I've adopted in order to live a stress-free life and therefore a happier home and work life. So this is what the 30-minute booster session will be all about today. A bit of a snippet, a bit of an idea as to what you can expect in this group. So there's a little bit of an itinerary. Again, that is also tagged into this post as well. But I just want to go through with you my contact details. If you wish to contact me, you can contact me via Facebook. Obviously, the link to the post can get you to my messenger. If you want to give me a call, I'm free anytime. I'm in Leeds, UK, on 07872 940 500. You can email me, Jen at FromBurnoutToBreakthrough.com. That was my other company. And you can obviously find me on all the other normal haunts on social media. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. I've got quite a few videos on there now. Yeah, so come find me from Burnout to Breakthrough. So, yes, again, the schedule does tell you what we're going to be looking into, but yeah, I always like to ask during these 30-minute sessions, are you where you want to be in your life? Are you experiencing that flow, that magic, that feeling where everything is just going your way and it's all falling into place? If you're in line with your inner magic right now, then fantastic, because at the end of the day, that's what we all strive to feel in your career and your business. However, if you don't feel like you're in line with your inner magic, your flow, then don't worry, because actually a lot of people are struggling. And the most consistent factor that interferes with flow is stress. I mean, stress is everywhere. It is crazy. And as mentioned just earlier, people are actually walking around with high levels of stress and they don't even realise it. And again, that's where my passion comes in, because I want to now help people avoid getting into the nasty traps that stress can get you into with your health, with your relationships, and with your work productivity, whether it's a career or business that you have. So yes, stress is a bit of a killer, and actually, the fact I like to use is stress accounts for 75 to 90% of all doctor visits, and in the UK alone, not too sure about other countries, the UK alone, in 2016, the number of working days taken off due to stress-related illnesses in 2016 was 11.7 million, and that actually rose to 12.5 million in 2017. So obviously we'll know the stats next year for 2018, but no doubt that's going to grow again. So what is a stress-related illness, you might ask? Well, headaches. I mean, that's quite a normal reaction to stress. If you've been working on a computer for many hours and you're just ignoring the signs of stress in your body by a headache, but a lot of people do complain about headaches. It can also be skin conditions. Psoriasis can come up on some people. You might get a few outbreaks on your face, that sort of thing. Stress can also be manifested in the form of anxiety. That's actually quite debilitating, again, if you're not looking after yourself and allowing anxiety to really take over. That's not a nice condition to experience. I mean, I can talk about that a little bit later on in this video. Oh, hello David, how are you? Good to see you online. What else can we talk about here? I mean, diabetes is actually stress related in some cases. Cancer, I mean, I'm not here to talk about cancer for sure, but I'm actually here to talk about depression. Now, my experiences with stress, because I wasn't looking after myself and I left stress unchecked for a considerable amount of time, led to my experiences with severe depression. And that, again, is what I'm here today to tell you or inform you. Just don't ignore the warning signs that your body's trying to give you. Please listen if you are experiencing any one of these symptoms, because it's your body trying to tell you something. So yeah, I mean, we all have a brain that functions in the same way when subjected to stress. So we all have the amygdala, and when we are stressed, this then kicks off and it sends chemical and electrical signals to the motor cortex, which is our ability to take action. So imagine when you had a disagreement or a fight, you know, wherever you are in your life. You might be arguing with a colleague at work, which I hope you're not, but some people do. You might be, you know, at war with a client or a supplier, or, you know, a partner at home or a friend. I mean, yeah, just flick back to that last argument you had. Now, what was your response? Because the three main responses to stress is you either freeze, or you fight, or you run away. So hands up for some of you who have been following me. You'll know that I'm a fighter, so I like to just get things done there and then and move on to the next thing, and, you know, not dwell on it, and just, you know, ride on that adrenaline when the floodgates of stress, you know, takes over. You might find that you might just be the person that walks off. You know what, boss? I can't deal with this right now. Let's pick that up tomorrow. Or sometimes you might just, you know, you may not know what to do in a stressful situation. I mean, people obviously would avoid stress altogether. It's not nice, is it, to be experiencing stress? But you're not usually all three, but you could be 1 out of 3 or maybe 2 out of 3. But yeah, don't put, you know, too much crap on yourself, because you're just experiencing stress, and you're actually you are reacting in stress in a very normal way. But what people don't tend to realise is that these chemicals that are released into the brain when subjected to stress actually becomes addictive for the brain. And it's the behavioural patterns that you don't realise that you get into if you are juggling too many balls in the air, if you are being constantly triggered by stressful situations or particular people, that can actually then affect your relationships, and then can actually affect your health. And then again, if you just ride the stress wagon and you don't sort of put the brakes on at any time, and you just continue down these, you know, down the road with all these behavioural patterns, that you can't seem to break, that's when, you know, things can get a little bit out of hand. So, and that's when things get affected. So again, that's what I'm here to help you avoid. So, if you are tired of being tired all the time, if you are just always walking around on eggshells, you're always feeling that nervousness, you're always anxious about something, or you're always, you know, threatening or fearing for the future, then, you know, stick around and continue to watch. If you are just feeling you're overwhelmed and you're stuck in a rut, or you're waking up and you're not too sure exactly what's wrong, like you feel like you're not quite yourself and you don't remember a day when you felt like you were your normal self, if you feel a little bit odd, yeah, again, continue to stick around and watch the remaining of this video, because I am here to help you. I want you to feel less stressed at work. I want you to feel less stressed around your partner. I want you to not take your work home and dump it, you know, where it shouldn't really be dumped. I mean, I know you're not doing that intentionally, but it's easily done. You can take things out your nearest and dearest when you're just completely swamped with stress and stressful situations, and yeah, it's not nice, is it, when you get in that sort of routine of doing that all the time. If you feel like you were just maybe relying on alcohol a bit too much, or you have an outlet that you really want to sort of kick the habit of doing, maybe you're smoking a bit too much as well, or, you know, you're procrastinating, that's a big one as well, when you're, you know, definitely got a lot of work on. Yeah, this is what I want you to improve. I want you to feel better very, very soon. So I have 4 steps to the from burnout to breakthrough process in order to get you to wherever you feel you are right now, to your optimum health. And if you really, really worked around the clock, I can actually guarantee through my programs get you to your optimum health within a month. Yeah. But it is a process. I mean, it just depends how stressed you are. But step 1 is all about reboot. It's all about accepting where you are with your burnout and preparing to break through. Step number 2 is boost. And this is when we'll go through, you know, certain things. We'll talk about the tools and techniques needed in order to start boosting where you are in your life. And basically it's bye-bye burnout and hello breakthrough, that's what I like to say. Step number 3 would be breakthrough. So this is when you start seeing results in week number 3. So that's a really exciting point that my clients often discuss and talk to me about. And for me, it's obviously makes my job worthwhile as well when I see people really adopting the techniques and really using them into their life in order to get the results that they want to see, which is great. And then step 4, week 4, is boom. And again, I say this every week, but it does sound cheesy, but it's great, isn't it? Because when you can just go to your toolbox and you pick that, you know, technique out, and it works at that, you know, stressful situation, then it's great, isn't it? You feel like you've got life by its balls. So that's why I like to call it boom. So that is step 1 to 4, weeks 1 to 4. And yeah, I'm really excited to be launching my monthly challenge. It is complimentary, starting the 1st of July, and I will take you through week by week and the techniques and tools that have helped me to get from the pits and despair of depression, in my experience, because obviously that's the extreme of stress. That is obviously you going down, you know, a very, very, you know, long path, the wrong direction. But you know, a lot of people are not there, which is great, but we can all, you know, move to the other side, to the other part of the path, to your optimum health, because at the end of the day, when you are feeling great, when you are feeling on top of your game, when you've just got everything going your way and you're at your optimum health, I mean, life is just amazing, isn't it? It's great, and that is where I can get you to, and that is where I am right now, and that is basically yeah, what everyone is deserving of. Like, we all want and need and should be at optimum health, and don't let modern day stresses get in the way. because us human fragile beings, we weren't really built for, you know, the constant stress triggers that a lot of us are subjected to on a daily, weekly or monthly basis at work or at home and that sort of thing. So life bites balls. I know. Thanks, David. Oh, hello, Serena, how are you? Yeah, so let's go into detail about week 1, what you can expect. Week 1, oh, I've just got my notes here. I mean, we go through the Are You Stressed assessments. So basically, it is a 25-part questionnaire. And when I first filled this out myself, wow, I was nearly at 25. I'm going to have to really try and dig that out. I keep saying this every week as well, but I was really high. You've got 3 brackets of you know, stress that you might fall into when answering this assessment. But, you know, it gives you a really good indication as to where you are with your stress levels. And depending on how stressed you are, then you have the knowledge on how to act moving forward. And then on the first week as well, which is reboot, we actually work out what you want. So once you've realised how stressed you are, we then discover what path you want to go on to moving forward. So essentially we're getting you out of your ruts and we're slowly helping you work out what you want so you can move forward and you're not wasting your time. Now, that's actually quite a hard question for a lot of people to answer. What do you want in life? I mean, who actually knows? You ask at school and a lot of us don't know. You ask at college and still you don't really know what you want out of life. You could be into your 30s, 40s, 60s, and you know what, you can go your whole life without realising really what you want. So if you don't know what you want, that's fine, because I have a technique there that actually gets you to realise what you do want. So that is all explained in week number 1. Week number 2, as mentioned, is Boost. And this is where we go through what you're experiencing. Are you experiencing fear or are you experiencing overwhelm? And to be absolutely honest, and again, it's unfortunate, but it is a fact, we can actually be experiencing both. But fear and overwhelm manifests in different ways. There are differences, so it's always good to realise what you are experiencing. And when you realise what you're experiencing and you can put a label on it, I'm experiencing fear right now, bingo, you're actually 90% there, aren't you, to actually getting on top of where you are, and then you can, you know, do something about it like there and then. So yeah, that we go through the different types of reactions to fear and overwhelm in week number 2, which is Boost. And we also go through your blocks. Now, I tend to work with busy entrepreneurs and hardworking professionals, and I've got a list for the busy professional, and I've also got a list for the busy entrepreneur. And I must admit, the busy entrepreneur list is just slightly longer than the working professional. However, they are pretty much similar. And then we just sit down in week 2 and we just go through all your blocks. And these are blocks that you don't necessarily realise that you have, because most of them, as we all know now, are ingrained in our subconscious mind, and they're things that you might have just picked up on when you're a little kid growing up, or even earlier, before your first memory even. It just depends what it is really, but we're all conditioned obviously by our upbringings and our surrounding experiences and our friends and that sort of thing. And it's always good just to highlight your blocks, and that's what week 2 is all about. So week 3, again as mentioned, is breakthrough. This is where we start seeing the results. So what we go through in week 3 is the Wheel of Life. And a lot of people who coach, you're doing a great job, by the way, all the coaches out there. This is actually a tried, tested and a very robust tool. And you go through all the areas in your life. And actually I've included 4 extra slots. The 4 resources I always encourage to implement into your life for vitality in your life is the cardio, strength, balance and good nutrition. Now, I ask you to rate those 4 resources that you might have in your life or you may not have in your life out of 10, and also the other remaining 8 areas. So other areas could be the financials, your love and relationships, your personal growth, and we go through together what you would rate these areas out of 10. And then you would rate them, you would then concentrate on your 2 least scoring first, and then that then gets you out of your ruts even more, because you have a focus, because it's always good to start working on your least scoring areas first. So it could be that you might need to work on your money side first, and when you feel you've got that to a healthy number, then great, you can move on to the next least scoring area. And also, it's always good when you do this exercise, it's always good to be grateful for something, because when stress takes over, you can't always see the bloody wood through the trees, can you? Because everything's just on top of your shoulders. You feel the overwhelm and you feel the stress and you feel the chemicals consuming your body, and you're just running around like a headless chicken. But this exercise makes you realise, and you can become grateful of your highest scoring part of your life. So it could be family, it could be friends that you're really grateful for, it could be that you've got loads of money coming in through your business, which is fantastic, but if your health is declining or going down at a rate like it did me a few years ago, then money doesn't mean a lot, does it, if you haven't got the health to match it. So yeah, it's really exciting, week 3. I enjoy week 3 a lot. So that is break 3. And then 4th week is boom. So it is all about implementing those 4 resources: the cardio, strength, balance, and good nutrition. So everyone knows the benefits of cardio. It regulates your weight, you get, stronger heart and lungs, and, it is such a great stress buster. So if you know you are doing a good amount of cardio in your life, you already are regulating your stress levels. So you just have to be very, very strict on yourself. It's not so much to lose weight, there's so much more to cardio that meets the eye. It's like, if you lead a very high, empowered, full-on life, you have to match that with the cardio as well, because, I love spinning, and I could be in a right stinking mood before I hit a spin class, and then after, I feel I can take on another 3 work projects. That's how great a good cardio session releases stress. So cardio is really good, but you don't even have to go to the gym. All these 4 natural resources can be free. So you can go out for a lovely walk. You can go out and actually try running. There are so many free running groups that you could attend. Or you can work your way up and maybe do an event of some sort. But, cardio is definitely my number 1 for stress busting. The second resource is strength. Now, a lot of people are sitting around their computers for long periods of time each day. Prolonged sitting is just, it gets you down. It's crazy. Us busy entrepreneurs and hardworking professionals, we have to. Right now, I'm talking to you, I've got a Mac in front of me, I've got my phone in front of me, and we have to be using technology. But you just get lost in the moments, don't you? You get lost on the online world, and before you know it, you've done 4 hours of work and you haven't even got up to take a break. You've got to think about the impacts that has on your body. If you're walking around and you're ignoring your little neck niggle, or your clicking of your shoulder or the elbow because you're working on the mouse a lot, that is a sign that you're working too hard, and it just puts the extra stresses on the body in a physical way. So it is good to take a break for every hour that you work on your computer, just 5 minutes. Go for a toilet break, go stroke a cat, go, clean your teeth, or whatever time of day it is, or make a cup of tea, but you get my point. Because if you're not in a strong body, how on earth can you lead a very successful career or lead a very successful business if you're forever, complaining or, having your neck getting you down a little bit? It's just, it's not nice, is it? You've got to be strong in your body, you've got to be comfortable, because I'm here to try and teach you to become an athlete in today's modern world in order to have that fantastic career that you dream about and that you want, and also that business. So yeah, definitely strength is a very good resource to put into your life. Resource number 3 is balance, one of my favourites. Now, what does balance mean as a resource? Now, a lot of Eastern traditions are now coming over, which is absolutely fantastic. And what got me out of my darkest days with depression was meditation. Now, I didn't take any antidepressants, even though at the time everyone was trying to get me to take them, obviously through their own goodness of their hearts. But when I was out in China, I wasn't diagnosed correctly, and it was an absolute nightmare of an experience for me. I was being told I had MS or labyrinthitis, and it was just a real sort of dark few years of my life. But anyway, to cut a long story short, I came back to the UK. I was offered antidepressants for my depression because I then got diagnosed correctly. And I said, thanks ever so much, doctor, but unfortunately that just isn't the route for me. I didn't know why, rooted deep down within, I just knew there was something else for me to discover. I'm not against people who want to take antidepressants. There's definitely a place for them, don't get me wrong. But for me, I've sort of done it the hard way, because I knew that wasn't where I wanted to lead my health down. So through these 4 natural resources, I am at my optimum health. Even though I've had loads of bad experiences since my depression on other things, I still haven't fallen down into the depths of depression. So for me, that's why these 4 resources are so essential. It sort of safeguards you from all the stress situations that you can experience in life, through your business, through your career, through your family, upsets, because let's face it, life is not just one straight narrow forward road. There's always bumps along the way, isn't there? So you just don't know what's around the corner, really. And the third resource is balance. So that you could do the meditation. You time is fantastic, and us entrepreneurs and hardworking professionals, whenever I ask them, whenever they're new working to me, they don't have any time for themselves. And it's sad. I've been there before. Remember, I've been through the negative impacts of stress. Why? Because I never ever looked after myself. I never sat with myself for more than 2 minutes. I never just, gave myself a bit of self-care. I never would, favour a bath over a work project. I'd always, rather do an advert online or something, something, till like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was absolutely addicted to work at one point, which obviously got me into my stressful experiences. But it's so easy just to try and move away from your busy lifestyle, so you can just sit with yourself for 5 minutes, because you just need to start connecting back with yourself. Because you may not realise, but your body throughout the day might have been giving you signals that you need to you need to listen to. Have you been working for hours on end with a headache? Have you been working at a desk and computer and you've been ignoring your back pain? Your body's there to help you. It's your friend. And if you're ignoring all these stress, physical and mental signs that your body's given you, then again, you could end up like I have in the past and get depressed over it. So and then the 4th resource is good nutrition. You have to be able to love your healthy diet. When you get to a place where you enjoy making a smoothie each morning with like 10 fruits in it, and you enjoy cooking with veg you've never cooked with before, and you enjoy checking out the newest recipe online, that's when you know you love food and you love your diet. I mean, we've all been in love with junk food in our time, and it does take a very long time to change your mindset, to get away from the factory food into the whole healthy sort of diets and the way of thinking. But when you're there, you enjoy food so much more. I mean, my diet in China was absolutely disgusting. 7 years as an expat, and it was just terrible. It really was just fast food stuff. And you think you're enjoying it at the time, and it does taste nice, but when you sort of come out of that mindset that eating McDonald's and Burger King and all the rest of it isn't actually healthy for you, and then when you realise how it's cooked, you end up respecting your body so much more once you're out of that mindset, and you just love eating healthy foods. And obviously a good diet brings you the energy, and it brings you the vitality, doesn't it? And you just feed off its richness, and you look better and you feel better. And when you start feeling good inside, that's when everything else around you in your life starts changing, starts transforming. And in my eyes, you have your little breakthrough moments. So you can't just have one resource, you have to have all four for optimum health. If you have all four, you'll then see your career really, really taking shape, and you'll also see your business really taking shape, because you'll end up enjoying it more. You'll see your results really sort of kick through, and everything just starts getting in line with really what you want, your magic. This is where I'm trying to get you back into. You like your inner magic. So yeah, that's me. That's the half an hour. So yeah, come join me. The challenge starts the 1st of July 2018. There's a link with this post. I will take you through weeks 1 to 4, all those tools and techniques, and then you will learn so much about yourself in that 4 weeks. It'll be unreal, and you can just continue to do it. So if you really liked the first month, just stay with me and do another 2-3 months, or just stay with me forever, because all I want to do is build a community of like-minded people, and I just want to help people boost the goodness back into their life, because stress is just such it's a killer. It can take away someone's mojo just like that, and it's a shame. And if you haven't got the right tools in place, it can just sweep you under the carpet. So yeah, I'm here to help you avoid that. Okay, alright then guys, thanks ever so much for watching. I've had some support today, which is fantastic. Usually everyone's working really hard, but maybe everyone's changing their mindset now and taking that break away from their computers. So yeah, much love, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.